A Gujarati man working as a ride-hailing driver in Chicago has reportedly been detained by the ICE. Sources say the man was caught near an intersection in Independence, Oak Forest, about 9:30 in the morning on Wednesday. According to the information that is circulating within the Gujarati community, well, he had reached a residential building just to pick up a passenger. After that, right when he was doing that, the IC agents allegedly surrounded him and handcuffed him. In fact, there is also talk that his name may be Nagin Bhai, but there has been no official confirmation of his identity. In the meantime, messages about the incident have been circulating in WhatsApp groups of Gujaratis living in Chicago. Some community members even confirmed that an arrest took place, but they did not have the further details about the man's immigration status, how long he has been living in America, and what exactly led to his arrest. Well, immigration experts say that ICE arrests can occur when a person already has an immigration case, a pending removal order, or no legal status. Similar cases involving Gujaratis have happened in Chicago before, with some people spending months in immigration detention. And Chicago is not the only place here. Gujaratis living in America say that arrests have also taken place in states including Kentucky, including Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, and New York. In fact, in some situations, an ordinary encounter with local police, it can eventually bring immigration authorities into the big picture. People with pending asylum cases, they can also face deportation depending on their individual circumstances further. Well, here some choose to fight their cases from detention. Others, they eventually sign removal paper and they are forced to return to India. And also, there is growing anxiety among people who overstayed their visa. And there should be. Ladies and gentlemen, some have become extremely cautious about domestic air travel because, let's be honest here, airport security and immigration records, they can intersect, specifically under the Trump rule. The larger message, it's very, very clear. Listen carefully. Immigration enforcement has become a source of serious uncertainty, and that too for many Indian families who are living in America without any permanent status. And this is not the only case that is putting Gujarati families on the edge, by the way. Another Gujarati woman who had spent 12 years in America was recently deported along with her son. Well, a Gujarati woman who had been living in America for about 12 years has reportedly been deported to India along with her young son. According to the information received, the woman had entered the US with her husband and later gave birth to a son over there. The family was reportedly living in Republican state and running a store. Her husband reportedly had a work permit, although there are no clear details about the woman's own immigration case in the meantime. The woman was reportedly shopping at Walmart with her son when an ICE agent picked her up from the parking lot. Just 7 days after her arrest, she was sent back to India. You know what makes the whole story particularly complicated is that her son is reportedly a US citizen and around 8 years old. When the mother was deported, the child also returned to India with her. The two are now reportedly living in North Gujarat. But this particular case, it highlights a common misunderstanding about American immigration law. Having a child born in America, that does not automatically protect an undocumented parent from deportation. A child who is a US citizen can potentially sponsor a parent after turning 21. But a minor child, he cannot simply prevent immigration authorities from removing a parent. In fact, there are also families who are trying to use special immigrant juvenile status for children, hoping that their child's immigration status will eventually help the entire family. But even that does not automatically solve a parent's immigration problem, and that's a big, big misconception, ladies and gentlemen. Well, for thousands of Gujarati families, this creates a painful situation. The child may be American, while the parent remains without legal status. And when immigration enforcement becomes stricter, families are suddenly finding themselves making decisions that they never ever expected. Whether children stay in America, whether parents return to India, and whether families are separated across two nations. Well, the message is becoming increasingly clear. Having a US born son does not guarantee that undocumented parent can remain in the US. And yes, while immigration enforcement is one side of the Indian American story, there is another side that is much, much darker. A 10th pass Gujarati, well, that person has now been sentenced in a multi dollar fraud case, and that too in the United States.